So we're gonna go over some skin the cat work today, and Matt's gonna show us the skin the cat first on the rings. Once he kind of goes through the one movement, we're gonna break it down, show a couple options, and then go through some really basic progressions starting from the very beginning, which is super important, especially if you've never done one of these before. Let's do it, Matt. Textbook skin the cat right there. All right, so what we're doing today is basically straight arm pulling strength, which if you've never worked on that before, it's probably gonna be really, really challenging to start, which is totally fine. The first part of this skin the cat, and this is the actual skin the cat. So Matt's gonna jump on the rings in this hanging position. So notice his elbows are gonna stay locked out through the entire movement. That's the first goal. From there, he's gonna bring his legs up, following through with his hips into a pike position. He's gonna stay piked. As he gets inverted here, notice his hands are gonna rotate out, so his palms are basically facing backwards, thumbs are out as he goes down into the hang. He's basically going down to wherever the end of his mobility is, where he's still in a nice active position. From there, he's gonna pull his hips back up through his arms, controlling the descent down, and again, keeping his arms straight through that whole part of the movement. Now, that's one option. You can make this a little bit harder. He's gonna show us the next progression, which is just kind of pausing in each position, breaking it into some more challenging components. So again, he's gonna get on the rings and hang, straight arms. He's going to pull his hips up, but instead of getting into this pike position, he's gonna drive up into a candlestick. So now he's totally inverted. From there, he's gonna drop his legs and hips down, going into a basket position. Once he's in that position, thumbs turn out. He's gonna drop all the way down into this skin the cat position, and then he's gonna go back through the same movement, pulling his hips back up, getting into a nice candlestick again, and then lowering his body back down, trying to keep those arms as straight as possible. Nice. So if you've never done this before, that's about as hard as it gets. So where we want to start next is we're going to go over just the very, very basic part of the movement, starting with some low rings. Nate's going to do some demonstration for us on those. Now the first part of this component is just going to be seeing if you're able to kind of get into that back hanging position. So what Nate's going to do is walk through the rings. He's gonna lower his body down. Now while you're doing this, it's important to make sure that you're getting the rings basically below where they're hanging from, just so you don't swing. Now from there, he's gonna get nice and active. He's basically gonna pull his shoulders forward. He doesn't wanna be relaxed, letting his shoulders get pulled back. Notice that position here. From there, he's gonna try and get his hips up. Now in this case, he's gonna use a little bit of help from his legs to get his hips up as high as he can, and then from there, try and pull. Now that was excellent. He made that look easy. You might find trouble just being able to get your hips up off the ground, so you just work on those back pulls. You can do a few sets of those, making sure that you're trying to keep your arms as straight as possible. Okay, so from there, you can come back down either way. Perfect. Okay, so that's basically the back half. So once you've practiced that, you feel comfortable with it, now we're gonna practice the pull to the front. So he's gonna sit down below the rings. Again, he's trying to keep his arms as straight as possible. Now what he's gonna do is basically drive through one leg, following through with his other knee. So he's gonna try and drive his knee back through his arms with a little bit of assistance from his legs. Go ahead and show us that. Nice. Now you might find that it's really hard to keep your arms straight when you do this. That's totally fine. A great way to practice that, as he's going back down, doing that negative, he's gonna really work on keeping the elbows straight. You might have trouble doing that on the way back up, but on the way down, that's a really good opportunity to get some extra practice with that straight arm position. Now from there, you can make these harder and harder by raising the rings up, using less help from your legs. You wanted to show us one where you just pull with straight arms from this lower position. So that was just the pull, no help from the legs. Once you feel like you get really comfortable with that, you can bring your hips all the way back through. Basically see how low you can get. You could absolutely put your feet on the ground if you didn't want to go into a hang from that position. The biggest thing is listening to your shoulders, seeing how they feel, and because this is a pretty extreme range of motion. You're taking your shoulders from full flexion into full extension. It's demanding on your shoulders, so go slow in the beginning, make sure everything feels good, and just work those progressions. That's the absolute best way to master this skill. Nailed it. Sweet.